Hello, my name is Dr. Maya Byfield. My business is The Phenomenal STEMist. I'm so excited to be here in Orange County because it's where I live. I live in Apopka, Florida. And I decided to make this business because I saw a need for underrepresented students to be successful in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, math. And the best way I can do that is just provide products for parents to prepare them, whether it's a book or online STEM camps or just video podcasting. My goal is to transform this community, especially those who are underrepresented. And the way to do that is to help parents understand their children's minds and basically develop them at different stages of their lives to be prepared for a successful STEM career. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here. Man, oh man, I forgot I can't find my blue glasses. You got your red glasses. I should have my blue glasses. I'm looking all over for my blue glasses. I must have put it someplace. Is your mic on? Can you hear me? Yeah, your mic is not connected. I don't see it connected. So connect your microphone. Um Hopefully that will get situated soon. Hello everybody, it's the Phenomenal STEMist. We are live. I'm glad to be here. And if you go to audio, if you go to I think the audio, the mic, and hook the settings one, click the settings circle thing, and then yep,
Okay, cool.
I hear you good now.
Awesome. But you got to get the blue glasses. Where the blue glasses at?
Where the blue glasses? Where the blue glasses?
All right.
Oh
You're
my
getting the blue
god.
glasses next time, okay?
I need to be better prepared. Better prepared. I was
Oh,
helping out a friend, so I was running late and I didn't have time to go look for the blue glasses. There I come, see you on here with the red glasses. I was like, I wanted to wear the blue glasses in the first place without even you having the red ones. Now I definitely needed the red and blue glasses.
hey, listen, I understand. I have like canceled events if I didn't have my glasses, okay? Because it's that deep.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Phenomenal STEMist. How do you pronounce your name? Is it
You
you own
owner. Yes, Dr. You owner to some and you owner to most. But yeah, thank you.
Hey, Dr. Unona. Listen, I'm so excited that you are willing to join me today because I am very passionate about maintaining, or not even just maintaining, but empowering African Americans in STEM especially.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am the bridge. I call myself a bridge for the underrepresented in STEM. And
Mhm.
before, and I don't like when we get afraid of stuff because
I hear you.
when we get afraid of stuff, we get left behind.
Yep, it happens all the time. And I feel your passion. I've been following you and I see what you're doing in the STEM space. And I have been trying to do something similar, not to the extent that you have, but in terms of the data science, data analytics, machine learning, and now with the AI, like we have to get involved. We have to. Like it's a must. It's not even an option anymore. Like this is for us. This is for us.
Listen,
And unless we get active in getting the word out and letting people know, like, hey, come on, don't shy away, don't wait. because like you said, you're going to get left behind. This is the time. This is when, the gold rush is happening. Everybody is getting their shovels and their stuff together. So we need to be a part of the exploration and make it happen, right? Because we're producing data. So why can't we benefit from the data as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. Yona is coming to us with I didn't know you went to Oakwood. So a bachelor's in biochemistry
I
from
mean,
Oakwood.
listen, didn't we all go to Oakwood?
I didn't know. And I didn't know. And if you talk to some of the people who watch, they're like, no.
Well,
So
yeah, I
wow,
know.
I was like, yes. And then you have a master's in biomedical sciences, and you have a PhD in what is
Statistics, baby.
statistics. You
Yeah.
are a data scientist. You work for multiple firms. Right now, you're working for Meta. Like, I'm seeing you online doing videos to explain how you can use artificial intelligence and machine learning to solve problems that are even directly related to us. And so I was like, we needed to get together. And
Yeah,
what better time
because
to
you know what? The other people, if you know what I mean, are like hitting me up in my DMs, like massively. They're like, hey, we need you to do this. We need you to come over here and do this for us, do that. Because now we got to get with the AI and the stuff, and our people, like, so
are
yeah.
people what I'm seeing on Facebook from people like us are like, it's the end of the world. Oh my god, it's the
Oh my goodness.
conspiracy theory. Oh my god, we're running from it. Meanwhile,
That's so sad.
teams of people everywhere I turn, there are people, organizations, multiple organizations that I could think of
That are making
building
the most of
teams,
it. Hmm.
like teams to
Yep.
study it. What are,
Yes.
are our black organizations doing that? No, I'm hearing majority of us saying, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of it. Or
Yeah.
we're majoring in minors, we're developing all kinds of content where we're divisive against one another. It is time that we stop being the end tail, like finding
Yes.
out about it later. And the only way we could do that is if the scholars, like,
Right. True.
this
And
is
that's
w
that's the responsibility that we have.
this
Right.
is ours, this is
Yeah.
our
To,
responsibility.
to educate, to inform, to demystify, to clarify, to answer the questions, to show the way, because it can be intimidating, right? Because every day you're hearing a new thing coming out, and
Yep.
all these innovations that are coming like that. It's one thing today, next by tomorrow, you try to keep up with the large language models here, and by the time you're trying to figure that out, something else, something new has already hit the market, and so it's and the thing that reaches our community, as you were saying, is all the naysaying, all the fears, all the biases, the negative stuff, and that exists, but that's just such a small part of it. There's so much more, and we're being left out because we are being misinformed, and
Yes.
we're driven by our fears as opposed to by and I think we are the most innovative people. And let me just put that out here. Now, some people might have some issues with that, but because I've seen it time and time again, even in the data science space. Like, we will come up with things and creativity and innovations, and we'll just like leave it there. And then a major company will take that same innovation and make it into $1 billion product or something, you
I mean,
know?
look at Black Planet. Black Planet is social media.
Yes, yes,
Black
exactly.
Planet,
Yeah, that's
Black
I
Planet
remember
is
that. I
social
remember
media.
when it started. I remember that.
Yeah.
And now it's like
It
we
doesn't
are,
exist, but
yeah,
we're feeding
we're driving
everybody
it.
else's.
We're driving it. We're driving it because when we get with any trend, it
We
takes off.
exploded. We exploded.
Exactly.
So now it's time for us to do it for ourselves. So today's topic is 10 ways that artificial intelligence can help generate black wealth. Before I get started in that article that I read, and we can just discuss the article that I read, I want to do some homework just to remind you guys that my book, Phenomenal STEMist, is on Amazon. Don't forget to get it if you want to train your kids in STEM, if you want to train your community in STEM. The foundation is understanding how, and my book gives you a good detail as to
And
how.
what's the age, at the target age for
That
your?
is from the book is called The Phenomenal STEMist: How to
Mhm.
Prepare a Successful STEM Student from the
Right.
Womb to University.
Okay. All right.
From the womb all the way to
All
college.
the way, baby.
Big,
Okay.
all the way, all the way. And so every demographic, I basically talk about how the brain develops at every stage from the
Wow.
womb.
All right.
And so what you
All
should be
right.
doing, yeah, what you should be doing with your child when they're in the womb, what you should be doing with your child when they are just born, when they are 5, when they are a teenager, when they are preteen, when they are in college. What should you
Right.
be doing
Because
based on?
that's your area of expertise, right? Neuroscience. And
Right, right, right. I have a postdoctoral fellowship in neuroscience, and I've been a college educator for almost 20 years now. So,
wow,
yeah.
don't say that. You look 20. Come on.
I look like I'm 20. I started when I was 0. I started
Okay, there we go.
I started when I was 0. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. My mother says someone is getting old. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
No,
it.
no, don't say
Listen,
that,
listen.
Sister Bible.
You don't say that. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, let's get back into the actual details of this article. So, number one, they say you can create artificial intelligent financial management tools. These are the top 10 ways that AI can generate wealth. And the way I've seen this, so artificial intelligence is base how would you just basically describe it? As computerized tools using data in
So the official definition is the branch of computer science that is responsible for getting machines, so computer systems, to perform tasks that normally would require human intelligence. And
that
so that's what it's about. Performing tasks that normally would be intelligent like. So beyond just the automated things you do repetitively, it's like it gets better and learns and kind of improves and so the machines are doing that, and it's based on them trying to follow human intelligence, but it's a machine. So that's the artificial part. So artificial meaning not human, not lifelike, but then the intelligence is the learning and the getting better and improving based on the data. So that's
yeah. So using information to help the systems actually think
yes.
magically, right? Normally,
Right.
systems are controlled totally by us. We think
Yes.
they just do. Now we're trying to get systems based on them talking and interacting with themselves to somehow think. And one of the main things is the robo investing tools. Like, I don't know. So this is phenomenal financial freedom. This is how I connect mathematics. Hey, M for mathematics with
Right.
with money. Most people don't like math, but they love money, so they'll learn math through money. And so how can you generate wealth with this type of technology? T for technology. Well, you put your money in the stock market, you can use your own intelligence to pick stocks. But what if a artificial intelligent, a robot, got a lot of information and as it gets expert, they have massive amounts of information. Our
Right.
brain is masterful, and we probably could get massive amounts of information if we took the time to, but we don't. But this computer, these systems are connected in so many ways. In Charles Schwab and Fidelity. Now Charles Schwab just bought Fidelity. So they have a
Wow.
big
Okay.
mass, yeah, that's a massive bank that have
Yeah.
a whole bunch of information. It would be good to invest using a robo investment account.
Yeah.
That's
And the thing about these artificial intelligence systems, right, is that people are worried about they're gonna take over. No, they are not even close to human intelligence in terms of general intelligence, like all encompassing intelligence. No, they're not even close to that. But when it comes to very specific tasks, that is where they're mastered, right? And so one of the things we often use as an example is the fact that Google created this AlphaGo that was able to beat the world champion in the Go game. It's a game of strategy and thinking and all the and there's another system that beat the chess champion. So it was able to learn that game and do that game very well, better than humans can. But that's all it can do, right?
Right.
So
Right.
similarly with these financial management tools, it can learn everything, all of the data, all of the information about the financial market
Right.
and use that to make decisions about investments and strategies, business plan. And now with these tools that we have, it's AI, not just the artificial intelligence, but we have the generative artificial intelligence now that we can interact with almost as if we can like talk to them, we can give them commands, we can write what we want to. Before we had to like use programming code and C++
Right.
and all that, but with these tools now like the ChatGPT and the Bing and all these, we can write English and the machine will
Right.
translate the English into the programming code and carry out the instructions. That's the beauty of that, and just automate that up to whatever level you need it. So you
And
can do that personally, or you could start a whole business using that. So that's why everybody's so excited about these tools now.
right. You could even start your own, and you don't have to learn the hard parts of coding necessarily. You can
Exactly.
speak it in English and it will translate it. Listen,
Yeah.
guys, it's the big boom. Like when Microsoft came up with Windows 95 and we were able to literally pop Windows on our screen and have a personal computer
Right.
versus
Yep.
before it was these dot things that was confusing and you had to do code and to get a Windows 95 was huge, guys.
Was a big change, a big
It
leap,
was a
and it's the
big
same
change
thing now
for
with these.
personal computing.
Yeah, and that's why these models now, ChatGPT, and I hope that people are like exploring it, even if at some minimal level, but just getting in there and playing around with it, because the capabilities are phenomenal, and even the machines as they are in release, they're at maybe 50, 60% capacity, and that's how they're built because they intend for you to take it and then customize it to whatever it is you want to do with it and build your own system, your own apps, your own whatever. And it's so ripe, it's so perfect for just almost anything. Like you could come up with so many different avenues to explore, and then whether it is you use it for yourself or you market it, you sell it, you rent it out, whatever. There's like just so many things you can do. So
I guess the question to people is like, what should I do? The what should you do? In my opinion, is there are a ton of problems that are plaguing our community. Apps and software and artificial intelligence promptings, they are there to solve problems.
yep, that's it. Bottom line.
Bottom
That's
line.
all it's
So
there for.
think of the top 10 flawed problems that are plaguing our community and then create or utilize the technology to solve our problem versus us just going back and forth talking about the problem.
About the problems, exactly. Like come up with a solution and
The
figure out how
technology
to.
is here. The
Yeah, it
technology
is.
is here to help solve the problem. Number two, predictive analytics for business optimization. Okay, what does that mean in big words? It's saying artificial intelligence can help businesses in the Black community to optimize their operations, increase their efficiency. Think of all the issues that are going on in your business. What's costing the most? What's leading to the most cost for you? What's taking away from your profitability? You can use artificial intelligence to analyze the situation, identify the problems, and then you can come up with the results or the solutions to the problem.
Yep, and that's what people pay me big bucks to do. But
Gotcha.
guess what? It's not it's not a it's not a closed community. Anybody can do this, right? And the thing is, like, you this, like, right now, I mean, people say, well, I don't know how. Listen, Coursera, Google has free FREE courses, hundreds of them, and every day they're coming out with more free courses related to whether it's Google Analytics or machine learning or data science. They have a ton of free courses and nobody's taking them. I've been trying to get my nieces and nephews, everybody I know, take the course. It's free, people. But no, there are a whole, I mean, there's, and even YouTube University, right? You could go on there and type anything in YouTube, anything you want to learn, you want to understand, and you'll get hundreds of videos on that topic if you want to learn something, right? So you could get some basic understanding and start exploring the tools and options and solutions and ideas. And then what you do is, like, there are sites like Upwork, and I'm trying to think of some of these other freelance type sites. They have jobs on there. They have big jobs, thousands of dollars. They have small jobs, $50 or whatever, to get you started. There are people who have small businesses and they want someone to just kind of, analyze their data on a small level. They don't want to pay a whole employee or some big firm. So they put their jobs out there on these websites. And they said, if you want to do this, sometimes you could even barter with them, tell them how much if you're new to the site, you can say, well, I'll do this for you for how much money, whatever, how many hours it's going to take, kind of thing. But it's a way to kind of get yourself started and start, building your platform or offering your services to companies all around. Like for me right now, I'm so busy that there's so many things I want to do. For example, these AI tools, I want to develop a training for educators. Because these tools, the students are using it. Whether we approve of it or not, they're using it.
Mhm.
So educators have to get with the program. And
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it takes time and it's kind of sometimes it's intimidating, but it's such a powerful tool. I mean, these tools can help you with grading, with curriculum development, with customizing your study, your plans for the students. You can do feedback, like so many things. But if they don't know how to use it, then that's the challenge. But there's
Yeah, I mean,
tools.
to your point, I think a lot of people, that's the value of education. Education requires accountability, and people don't take the time to force themselves to teach themselves. They want
Yeah.
to be taught, or they want to they need accountability, aka grades.
Yeah.
That's why education, even though there's multiple free stuff outside, people still going to college and paying for it. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I really, really believe, like, I'm teaching I'm learning. I'm not teaching myself, but kind of going into training. I'm going to California for a week to learn computational genomics in the context of machine learning.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to the AI4 conference, and I'm, focused in on bigml.com. I'm using that program to really to use machine learning but I'll talk about that shortly, because it's one of the top 10 ways to affect the community. But to your point, you gotta it's so new, you probably have to teach yourself.
You do. You really do. You have to,
have to
because that's
teach
the
yourself.
only way you can keep up. There's no structured program right now for so many of this technology. And I understand the part about needing accountability, and because we all have that. It's like you sign up, and if there's really no. First of all, it's free, so you don't lose anything. And then if you don't finish it, nobody's gonna hold you. So that part is hard, and I feel like maybe that's where people like you and I can come in and try to, like, set up some kind of structure to offer it to motivate people, give them incentive or even guidance as far as how to go about utilizing a lot of these free tools. Because it can be challenging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to navigate that. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's important. How can learning AI help in our wealth? Number two, it can help businesses, and many
Mhm.
businesses. I love how you said Upwork. You just learn basics and go on to Upwork and get some jobs, and you can
Jobs.
you help the business. You get money yourself. It could be a side hustle. Number three, AI is very important in personalized marketing. You can literally target specific groups in the community and increase your sales
Yeah,
because you have data. You know the consumer. You don't you're not going into your sales place blind. You exactly know who you're selling to and what to do to sell them your product. You can
exactly.
you can use computers and artificial intelligence to really target your audience. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Because everything now is computerized. Every all of the interactions and all of those interactions generate data. So there is, this sounds cliche, but there's so much valuable insight in the data. And those who know, right? There are those who are taking advantage of that, making the most of the insight and using that either to know what to develop next, how to market, to whom to market, when to market, where to market. I mean, it's gone are the days when you would just put out a mass media email or flyers or something. No, not anymore. Now it's about personalized marketing. Like you, I mean, we all know from, when we go on like Amazon and we buy something, Amazon will come right up and say, hey, the people who bought this also bought that. You might be interested in, and most of the times it's true, it's right. It's like, oh yeah, I do. So that's how they're using personalized marketing, but you can use it too, for whatever business that you are targeting, because there were times when we start a business and it was always kind of a guessing game in terms of you're going to put the product out there and you're going to hope that the
Somebody
community.
responds.
Right. You don't have to do that anymore because now you can do the research before you launch. You can do the research while you're launching. You collect the data. Then afterwards, you can see how the people reacted. I mean, now you can collect so much data, not just on the people who bought. You can collect data on people who just checked it out, how long they
Mhm.
checked it out for, when they checked it out, where they were from, what type of information, like what their gender, their income, their all this stuff you can get as far as the data is concerned related to your product. And you don't even have to get your data. If it's some area of the market you're interested in, you can get other companies' data and analyze that and see how they're doing, what they're doing, and why it's working. And then you may be able to identify some
Your niche.
gap in, yeah, and go after that kind of thing. So,
Targeted.
the
It's
tools are there.
personalized.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
targeted. You're not just throwing. But you know what? You know what this is gonna get rid of. That is plaguing our community. Laziness.
I
It's
don't like to
easy.
say that though, Dr. Biden. I don't like to, I mean, I try to not eliminate that word from my vocabulary. Here's why. I think everybody is motivated, but in their own way, for their own needs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, that's true. There's motivated for their own needs, but what I feel, and this Eric Thomas said this in his sermon this week.
Mm,
This is, look at the ant, thou sluggard. Like I could do the tough love. I
okay.
could do the tough love, but to your point, anything that we love, we'll put all of our energy
Yes,
into.
they will.
That is true. I can agree with that. But unfortunately, there are some times where since we don't understand it, since we don't know it, we throw a dart at it, we throw something at it, and we hope that it hits.
Yeah.
We hope that it hits. It's because we have too much of a niche. Maybe we know we're good at
Well,
this. We
I
know
don't
we're
think so.
good
I
at
think
this.
it's a misinformation. I think our community had been sold lie that if you if you're talented, quote unquote, whatever that means,
Yeah.
it's gonna be easy and you're gonna be successful. That never happens. I don't care who you are and how talented you, any superstar, whether athletics or business, you see out there, they worked their butt off. Okay. Not only that, they had people around them who had walked the walk already to give them the guidance, to give them the advice. And so that helped make the thing get from A to B easier. We don't have that in our community. We do not have that.
We
So
do not have that.
we think that it's gonna be easy, and then if it's not,
Then we
we
shouldn't
give
do
up.
it.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that. But ultimately, it's going to require hard work.
Hard work.
It's going to
That's something I
require
am
hard
sure.
work.
Yeah. See that?
We can't just shoot it and it's easy.
Yeah.
It's going to take work, but we
Yes.
must do it because we have problems that we have to solve, and
Yeah.
nobody's going to solve the problems but us.
Yeah. Yeah, but people don't like that word hard work for some reason. It's kind of like a bad word almost because I remember, even in talking about like personal relationships, like my marriage and stuff, if you tell people that it takes work, they're like, well, if you're in love, it should be
right. Yes, so true.
That's a myth. It's a myth, right? Because we all got issues. So you're gonna have to, in a good relationship, it's gonna get at the issues, and you're gonna have to work through it. But on the other side, it's beauty, it's love, it's the same thing with the business and all the other endeavors, right? It's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be struggle. It's gonna take sweat and whatever. But on the other side, that's where the gain is. But a lot of times we don't want to go there. And I'll tell you something. I think I'm not blaming the parents because every generation we had our issues. But I think because our parents wanted to protect us so much from heartache and pain and whatever, they shielded us away from hard work or anything that potentially might be a loss or a disaster. Like if you have too big a dream, they'll be like, honey, that maybe you should just try for something else because they don't want you to be hurt, right? So they try to protect you from the pain that they may have endured, and so then we have built this kind of a soft but you and I know that nothing good comes except by hard work, right?
Hard work. It's not going to be you in order to do personalized marketing, targeting people, you're gonna have to do hard work.
Yeah.
It's easy to fish, to throw your thing out and hopefully you catch something, but you're not gonna get positive results that way.
You're not, because let me tell you, your competition, they are analyzing the data and personalizing the market. So you don't even stand a chance out here if you're not doing the same thing.
Let's go. You fire me up, Yona. You fire me up. That is so true.
Like we need to get with the program. It's like, come on. No, I be with you. I'm like, I don't know what to do because I be all passionate too about it, and people be looking at me like I'm crazy, It's like
the competition. What you said was powerful. The competition are using the tools, analyzing the data, and you will not be able to compete with phishing.
No,
you're not. Number four. What are the top 10 ways that you can build black wealth using artificial intelligence? Number 4, you can use it to detect fraud.
Yeah.
Fraud detection and prevention. These systems and algorithms can quickly see when something's going on, can quickly see suspicious activity. And we are like targeted like crazy for fraudulent behavior.
All the time. And we get caught. We get caught up in it. We are the number one who succumb to it all the time because we either are naive or we're too trusting.
Yes.
So it's like,
yes. How many pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, all kinds of schemes
Every
target
time it sweeps
target
through
us.
the community, and then people make their millions, and they go and
They
no,
drop
they suffer no consequences, right? Because hey, we signed up free, nobody forced, whatever.
That's right.
But every time there's like every couple of years, it's another one.
Another one. Every couple
But
of years.
I will tell you, I was just there was this company, they're trying to recruit me to work for them. This Oh, listen, oh my goodness, I gotta tell you. You know how many people are starting businesses on fraud detection? They're startups and other, because businesses are desperate to find ways to protect their, company services, whatever, from fraud. And they don't have the resources themselves, and they may not know how, so they're willing to pay. There are not even enough companies for them to because it's like everybody needs to be protected. And it's not just the companies, right? Organizations, government institutions,
Contracts,
and everyone else are desperate for protecting from the fraud, because you have these people out here, the cyber, whatever you call them, who are always trying to break into somebody's system.
hackers.
Hackers, exactly, right? So it's a constant battle, because the hackers if you talk about advanced, they're next level. So they always have to figure out how to keep one step ahead of them, and it's a constant journey. So the companies are always. So I know a few companies that started up with just somebody decided they're going to do a startup, and a venture capitalist say, here's $10 million.
Wow.
See what you can do with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the sad thing is, a lot of times they don't even have the technical know-how. They may be business savvy, but in terms of the artificial intelligence and other technical skills, they need to recruit the people and pay them. And they don't want to pay sometimes. So this is why I don't mess with it. But we can start our own company. That's my point.
Yeah. So you get the technical know-how. You get the technical know-how. You can build fraud detection, artificial intelligence companies.
Yep. And offer your services.
And offer your services.
Yeah.
What is the theme of today? Get the technical know-how and offer your services and do well for your community.
If you can solve problems, people will pay you for it. That's the tagline. Solve their problem and they'll pay you.
The key thing is, are you about solving problems or are you about complaining about problems?
Yeah.
Which one? If you are about no more excuses, guys. It is time to create. The technology is being created now like never before, and it's becoming accessible now like never before for us to solve our own problem and for us to solve other people's problem.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We can't just say it's the devil. No, we need to utilize the technology to solve the problem, not to make money. Because it's funny. Or let me phrase that: not to make money just for ourselves. You have all these StreamYard and stuff like that. This StreamYard, this Restream was created by somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we could have created it, but we say, "Oh, it's the devil. Computer technology is the devil." Then we use it to stream.
That's the thing. We're using it. They talk about all these social media apps: the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, but nobody uses it more than us. So why can't we use it? Not just, and that's the thing I preach to my nieces and nephews. It's time to stop being simply consumers of these apps and start producing content. Produce content. That's why I be putting my little TikTok stuff. Produce content, baby. Like
products.
Listen, you know what? You and I, we're an echo chamber. I don't even know if anybody is listening.
I see like 5 people listening. There's 5 people listening. That's enough for me. 5 people are listening live. and
Oh my
50,
goodness.
60, 70 people are gonna watch the rerun.
Well,
They
I just
hear,
hope so.
they
Like, yeah.
listen.
Because my thing
Yes.
is, I am willing to like offer my services, and I'm talking free. You want to learn? I will teach you. I will teach you free.
So listen, we need to get together at our church. We go to the Well Activity
I
Center.
thought about that because I said, you know what? The well needs to get into the AI business.
Let's go. Let's go. We need to do. We
Let's
need to.
do it.
Let's
Let's
do it.
do it.
Pastor
Especially
Doggett.
you see
Pastor
something like
Doggett.
number 6 coming up here, health monitoring, diagnosis, that kind of stuff.
We're coming. We're coming. Yeah, we're coming shortly. Yeah, we're gonna get. Listen. We're gonna do it. I don't have a doubt that Pastor Doggett will be on board with it.
Yes, because
He's
he's
trying.
very
Remember,
innovative and forward thinking. So yeah.
yeah, it's the look. They're already coming. Massive amounts of people are coming during the week. We just need to pick a day. We just need to pick a day and do it.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
true.
get together, y'all. We're gonna get together.
And get it started and figure out, get together, do some brainstorming and see where we can make some headway. Because too many times we talk about things like this and we're like, yeah, it's a great idea, this, that, and the other, but no, nothing gets done. We need
Yeah.
to start doing something, getting the young people involved because they got ideas, they just need
Yeah.
they need structure.
Training,
They
structure.
need, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah. So Kim Com's asking this is a fantastic message. Do y'all know of any AI sites that can help with creating websites?
tons, tons, tons of. Listen, you know what? Oh my God! Listen, y'all getting me excited. I don't want to get excited. Okay, ChatGPT. I'm sure you heard of ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Now they have the GPT 3.5, GPT 4. These sites all have plugins. One of the plugin is website building. You put it in there, you tell the thing what kind of site you want. You know what? That's going to be the next thing. We're going to hold a webinar and we're going to do some demonstrations. We need to let them
you do webinars all the time and
all
you
the
do
time.
demonstrations. Yeah.
All
So yeah, we
the
could do that.
time, right? Because people are, listen, the rest of the world is gung-ho ahead with this, okay? So yeah. But no, these large language models, the ChatGPT and others, they have plugins for almost anything that you can think of. I wish I could share my screen right now and just show what is going on out here in these streets of artificial intelligence. But
you can if you want. If you want to share, it's a lot. Or we could plan later. We can
plan later. So if you let the ones who are listening and maybe who listen later, send in your questions, your suggestions, your queries, and we'll have a session where we'll kind of do some demonstration, walk through some examples. Listen, ChatGPT can build an entire business plan in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And there's multiple, and we're going to talk about this. There's multiple types of artificial intelligence. There's Google Bard. There's Google Bard. There's ChatGPT.
There's Bing AI, and there's a ton of others that are not as popular. There's
U.com.
Yep. There's so many of them, and each have their own, unique pros and cons that you could use. And nowadays, it's like every day somebody's coming up with a different thing. Because like I said, a lot of these models are base models that people can build on, and they're doing just that. So they're taking the base model and they're building on it, customizing it, doing different things, and then launching their own app that provides some particular service that you have to pay them for, and they'll make money, right? So yeah,
ask that same question in Google Bard. Ask that same question in ChatGPT, and I'm sure they'll give you the answer. Okay, so smart contracts. Listen,
Donna and I went to school together. I went to Andrews and Oakwood. That's how adventurous I am.
Okay.
That's
funny. I only went to Oakwood.
silly. No. But listen, it's not. I know Donnell. He's one of those entrepreneurs, always with the neck with the grind. So he don't play. So
What's up, Don? I know. Yeah, he's from New York as well. I'm from New
yeah,
York, so
he's from
I
New
know
York.
him.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, so smart contracts, like transparent transactions. So a lot of people complain about, oh my god, it's going to take away jobs, it's going to take away lawyer jobs. Okay, so but then utilize these artificial intelligence to make your own contracts. It will save you money. We're talking about 10 ways that AI can help generate wealth. The money that you would be spending for all these institutions, you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's
And that's the thing
power.
is the AI is, and this is something we have to keep repeating. AI is not going to take away jobs.
Yeah.
What is going to happen is you are going to be replaced by someone who knows how to use the AI tools.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Because these tools cannot work by themselves, right? Someone has to be the human entity that's running it. So if you know how to use the tools and maximize, because the tools are limited in what they can do. Yes, they're powerful and amazing, but even still, there's things that they cannot do. So now there are lawyers who are using these tools
Right.
to generate their contracts. Now, mind you, they will go in and do the finishing touch, add the personalized editing and that kind of stuff. But it's like, why, spend time doing this mundane thing when you can automate it and get it done like that? So we can do the same thing. And the thing is, even some of the contracts that, somebody may send you, you can take that contract, put it into ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT, summarize the main point, because some of those contracts be forever long, going on and on. Summarize the main points of this contract for me, and it will print out bullet point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
So we have no excuses anymore.
And so it could save you from being duped.
Yep, exactly.
That's another way to build wealth, because a lot of these contracts still. What if all these musicians who get duped by the music companies would put their contracts in ChatGPT or artificial intelligence?
Right.
They would catch the fraud.
Right.
All right.
So you now can offer a service. Say, for example, the senior citizens or someone who may not have, the technical competence. You can offer, like, if they have a contract, whatever it is, and they don't really understand what's going on, you could go now and offer your service to help explain things to them, break it down, show them, well, here's what's going to happen if you do this, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
wow.
So you're solving problems.
Solving problems for our community, things that are taking us down. Number 6, this is one of the main important one, health. Our health is hurting us. We have the high disparities in cancer, disparities in hypertension, disparities in maternal health. We are dying at rates higher than our counterparts, even though we are just 12 to 20% of the population.
Right.
How do we solve these disparity problems? We use artificial intelligence.
Yeah. And this is my forte, because I got biostatistics in the School of Epidemiology. So disease monitoring, risk diseases, those are things. I don't know if you saw, I have a video on LinkedIn demonstrating how I use ChatGPT to develop my app to predict your risk of heart disease. This is something that I feel very passionate about. And to full disclosure, sometimes you spend so much time working on other people's stuff that you don't get enough time to work on the stuff that your stuff, because you got to get the bag here to be able to do other stuff there.
Get that bag. Get that bag.
Get that bag. You get to get that bag, right? But those are some of the things that I'm passionate about. And so I would love for us as a community, because like you said, the health disparity is a major, major issue. COVID kind of blew the cover as far as that is concerned, and just revealed how dire that situation is. And I feel like it's getting worse for a number of reasons, where the health in our community. Yeah, exactly. So I think, and we can't wait for, the powers that be in the government to do something.
They're not going to save us, y'all. They're
Enough.
not coming to save us. We
No.
have to save ourselves. And we
Yeah.
have tools that are more accessible than ever before. We got to use these tools to generate wealth for ourselves, to generate health for ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm creating, like, so I take database information from the National Cancer Institute, and I'm teaching my students how to do research. And
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at disparities in triple negative breast cancer
Uh-huh.
and prostate cancer in underrepresented people. And I'm
Okay.
getting information. I mean, I'm talking about, in prostate cancer, this is 400,000 people.
Yeah.
Data,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
like massive amounts of information
Mhm.
that
Right.
we can make, like, for instance, I'll give an example, what some preliminary data where we're seeing that African Americans, um, African Americans in high population, you're seeing a disparity. Meaning,
Mhm.
if you live in a place where there's 1 million people, you're
Mhm.
more likely to have a case casualty for triple negative breast cancer.
Mhm.
But if you live in a small community, like a small county, let's
Yeah.
say Seminole County versus Orange County,
Yeah.
your case casualty rate is on par with your white counterparts. You flip
Mhm.
that, So we made a hypothesis with Latino men with prostate cancer. We say, okay,
Uh-huh.
Latino men who live in high populated areas would have higher case casualty. Actually, it's flipped. When they live in rural
Mm.
community, low population, they're dying more in smaller populations. Now we could think of all kinds of reasons as to why. We could say, well, maybe it's because there's a language barrier in these small communities. There's not as many
Communities.
Spanish
Right.
speaking
Right. Right. They don't
physicians.
have access. Uh-huh.
But when I
No,
when I
listen, you are speaking my language because that's what my PhD was, heart disease, not cancer, heart disease. So I was looking at the disparities. First of all, the gender disparity. Heart disease in men show up differently than they do in women. And for too long,
different,
we've been using the criteria that, as far as males are concerned, and a lot of women, millions of women were misdiagnosed and went
right?
unrecognized and died as a result. The other thing with heart disease is that some of the factors that are major in a certain race is not so in terms of BMI, which I think is nonsense, but
Yeah, nonsense. But let's not get into that.
right? And so there are things that they use, certain measures that are not as dangerous, I should say, to us as, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because they'll pay attention to certain things like cholesterol and that kind of stuff. That is not as dangerous to us as, say, high blood pressure. So it's a different thing. And then black women, we're built differently. So you don't come to me and tell me nothing about no high BMI. That is nonsense. I said it.
Because even if you talk to some researchers, it's about where the fat is, not necessarily the presence of fat, but
Absolutely.
where. If it's on the
Exactly.
hips, if it's on the
Right.
hips and
Yes.
widen,
And
it's
BMI
not
does not
necessarily.
take into account any of that.
It
So
does not.
those kinds of factors should not even be included in a risk assessment. But just certain things like that as far as the disparity. And then there's the other issue of people don't want to acknowledge the role of racism, subtle racism in the health of minorities in general, because they think, oh, we can't see it, so it's not. I mean, look at us. Everybody's like, everybody can eat. Y'all had President Obama, so what are you talking
Yeah,
about racism? And
yeah,
that kind of nonsense. But it's true, and the thing is that COVID showed that there was clearly something going on, right? But now the thing that is really highlighting this is the number of Black women who are dying in pregnancy.
in pregnancy, and it's not happening in Africa, so it's not
It's
genetics.
not.
It's not genetics, y'all. It's not.
Genetic.
It's not race. It's
And they
racism.
have been trying to say all this stuff, and you know what? The most recent study showed that even wealthy, well-educated Black women are still dying at much higher rates than their white counterparts.
You
Because
I just did my students presented today. We did income levels. We use the same information using income levels. Poor Black women have similar non-significant death rates to their white counterparts.
Yeah.
It's the rich Black women that are dying of triple negative breast cancer rates.
Exactly.
It's not poverty. But that's
Yeah, it's not
but
poverty.
you know,
It's
but
not poverty.
but white women, when they have when they're poor, they die more. And this
Yeah.
is why you cannot use your story and put it on my story. Just like
On
how
your
same thing
no,
with
it's
Latinos.
completely different.
You can't say, oh, because Black people, they are dying more in high population, Latinos as well.
That means
No,
no, you can't do that.
it's
It's
not.
completely different. And that's the thing. That's the thing about the data analysis. You got to stratify this thing, break it
Right.
down, and separate, because we are not a monolith. Not even Black people are monolith.
Not even Black people. Black people making this much money, Black people making this much. And you can't assume it's the same as other communities. It's
And
different.
that's one of the things that the science, the data analysis, that the artificial intelligence allows you to do, to really
Yes.
get into there and do the data exploration and find out what are the insights in these in the data.
What is going on? What is the insights? What is the details to the problem so that we can solve the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the only way you're going to
And
solve
that's
it.
and that's why we have to get involved in this. We can't. You said we got to learn the tools, and we got to
Because
put
nobody else is going to save us, right? Nobody is going to save us.
We got to input our information in the tools, or else it will just be blanket male. To your point, because and then therefore you're going to be treating women as if they're males, and then they keep dying of heart issues. You don't realize that it's different, but you got to put the woman's information is where it's
exactly.
Right now, all the information out there is Caucasians.
Yeah.
So you're making health decisions based on Caucasians.
Based on a particular. And the thing is, that's why we need not just more data, less bias in the data, but we need analysts and data scientists who can have that different perspective to add that different view of the whole thing in terms of the approach to the analysis, and then the understanding of the findings and the interpretation. We have to be there every step of the way. Otherwise, our point of view, our perspective is going to be overlooked and eliminated. So
okay, guys, so stop being afraid of AI and come in this game. Come in this game, or we will be left behind. Number seven, job matching and career development. Using artificial intelligence to take information, patterns about job, patterns about skills and experience to see if you have the appropriate skill set for the job. You can use artificial
that's
intelligence.
one of the things I feel like schools in general, not just, are not doing. Because the schools are behind, like a decade behind. If you go now to LinkedIn or whatever job site, and you do an analysis of the jobs that are being asked for, and you look at what the students are being trained, it's a mismatch.
We're off.
Yeah.
So true. So if you're an institution that you want to prepare, if you're an HBCU and you want to prepare your students for the needs of the future, analyze the job data, the career development data, what's needing, like drone operators. Like I put it today, like if a kid don't like college, don't want to go to college, and he loves playing video games, go put him in training to operate drones.
Listen, you said something. There's a guy on TikTok, a Black guy. He has a drone, and this guy is making, I think, $300,000 a year with his drone. He takes his drone, he goes around to different places, video tapes, images, whatever, sells them to companies, marketing companies, real estate companies, all this business. They want videos of the scenery, the whatever, and he sells it to them, and he makes several six figures a year. Okay, and he said he loves it because he's an outdoor person anyhow, so he just go out there in the woods or up in the mountains or wherever and takes footage with his drone.
Yep.
And then people are like,
And they're using drones to collect tons of information right now. Tons of information. They're using drones, environmental drones, to detect every time there's a fireworks that gets set off every night. One of our companies out in Kissimmee area loves to set out fireworks. They are
mhm,
required to send out a drone, collect the atmospheric information
data
of all
before
the
it, yeah,
toxic chemicals that were pushed out, and report it to the Department of Defense
yeah,
and Energy, right? So somebody needs to operate those drones. They contract out companies.
to do that.
Listen,
They
they
do.
co-
They
yeah,
have big contracts out for those things.
yo,
Major contracts. We don't know about it, but they're out there.
one of our issues in our community is just there's a major set of idleness in our communities. But our kids don't know what to do. Our young men and our young women don't know what to do. They
Yeah.
need to learn. Where we saddle them with just go to college and figure it out, or we tell them to be a doctor, be a lawyer. Well, what if they don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer? There's multiple things that they could do. We need to let them know what they can do.
Yeah, that's it.
Or-
I think we
right?
do. We need to expose them to all of the various options and not just limit them to
Limit them.
the conventional
Yeah.
career path because it's not
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, now with work from home and all of these other things, you there's so much money to be made out here.
There's so much money
There's
to be
so
made out here.
much money to be made.
There's
Okay,
so much money to be made out here. Seriously, there's so much money to be made out here, and we just don't know how.
we don't know how.
But
We don't know how. We don't
the
know how.
foundation of it is the solving of problems.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, because
foundation is
I
solving
know
of
for a
problems.
fact the Harvard University has a section of their website where they offer, I forget how many dozens of courses for free,
Free.
for the
Free.
free, from
For free.
Harvard. And you know what? There are people in Europe and
All over
in
the country, all over the world.
taking advantage of it, right? I saw this man, he set up an entire school in his country and he using Harvard's video to teach the students and they paying him, right? Because I'm telling you, I ain't mad at him, right? He found a problem and he solved it.
Yeah.
So he gave them access and he provided the thing we were talking about, the structure, the guidance, all of that. So they come and they take the courses, and the thing is it's all free. If you want to get the official certificate, I think you pay an extra
$90.
something like that. Exactly.
Yep.
But
Yep.
compared to what it would
so-
cost to even be, first of all, to be admitted to Harvard is a whole different story. Then to pay Harvard's tuition, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's there's too much available, and we need to like be more intentional in terms of exposing our young people to some of these opportunities.
And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here. Number 8, we're almost done. Number 8, natural language processing and translation. It could help businesses in the Black community communicate effectively with clients and customers who speak different languages. I'll never forget the example that, every week, every month, I do a a, a phenomenal first Sunday, and I had a software engineer who runs his own business. He talked about how somebody who came from Madagascar, I think, could not speak the language.
Mhm.
All he did was pull out the Google Translate and say speak to the and spoke to her,
And it translated it.
and they were able to communicate.
Yeah. Listen, I saw a video with Mr. Beast. You know, Mr. Beast is got most followers on all of the social media apps right now, and that just went double by several factors, several orders of magnitude, because Mr. Beast has found that he can use artificial intelligence to translate all of his videos into Spanish.
Wow.
So now he just double, tripled, quadrupled his followers by making it accessible to the Spanish world. So all of
Excellent.
Latin America, in Spain, everybody now can follow Mr. Beast because his videos are available in Spanish because he's using on. Now that's one thing about Mr. Beast. Say what you like his videos. But he's a savvy business person.
Mm,
I mean, he knows how to stay ahead of the thing. I mean, this guy just started a company making chocolate, like
yeah.
because it was there for the offering. It was like a low hanging fruit. Why not?
Right.
So he just put to make some chocolate, slap the Mr. Beast logo on it, and then it became like this top selling chocolate.
There you go. Well,
But
we can whatever they could do, we could do.
exactly, because we're the
I
ones
mean,
watching the Mr. Beast videos all the time and
we could
giving
do
him
it too.
views.
We could do it too. Number
Yeah,
9, energy management. Being able
yeah,
to reduce our energy consumption and save our bills, we can use specific artificial intelligence algorithms to find out what you're doing wrong, what I'm doing wrong. We can find out the information and make a decision about it.
yeah.
That,
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. Artificial intelligence is about finding out a lot of information, making a decision about it, and having us adapt to that decision
exactly.
and having it. Like, I've used artificial intelligence in my business, and what would take me 2 weeks to do is taking me 2 hours. You
Yes,
don't
that's the
understand.
beauty of it. That's
You
the
don't
beauty
understand.
of it.
It's really about time and utilizing it properly to
Yeah,
save you time and energy.
exactly. It's about time saving, it's about automating, it's about being able to scale up things in almost amazing ways. Like my husband, he was thinking about whether he want to get a smart car, an electric car, whatever. And he's this nerd himself too, because before he would like make his own spreadsheet and do the gas mileage and this and the maintenance, to see how
Oh,
much it
he's
would
serious. He's serious.
come down to, like in a year, or of whether. Now AI is like, you tell the AI, can you generate an analysis of this and that, and it will everything.
Brrr, brrr. What would take you a year, take you a day. What would take you 2 weeks,
Exactly.
would take you two
Yes.
minutes.
Right. And so we need to have a demonstration so we can show the power of these tools and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
capabilities so that people can get bitten by the bug. That's what I'm hoping,
Let's
that
go.
they'll
Let's
see it
go.
and they'll be like, oh, for real? Okay, I need to start getting with this. So
Yeah,
that's
last one, which is the number one thing that helps build wealth is real estate.
oh, we
Real
we we
estate
left
property
we've
management.
been left out of this for almost as long as we can know, because we never understood. I think that's probably the reason nobody really told us or shared with us. I feel like other communities, their ancestors and others instilled in them the importance of earning, or sorry, of owning property.
And what to own and where to own it.
Yeah. And so we never had that. And a lot of times we sold a valuable property for next to nothing because, like,
Yes. Because
and
you didn't know.
now,
You didn't know what it is. But now, because of artificial intelligence, you know. You know
exactly.
what they're robbing you of information from, you can find it out yourself.
You
You
can't.
don't
That's the
have
thing.
to depend on massa anymore, y'all.
You can,
Artificial
man.
intelligence is out there accessible for the whole world. We are more accessible and globalized than ever before. We don't have to depend on anybody to solve our problems. We have these tools.
Yeah, and the founder of the company OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, he was called before Congress, a couple of weeks ago, and had to be answer some questions, and they were asking him, that you were saying that your company was supposed to be a nonprofit and this, that, and the other, and it started off that way, and now it's no longer. He said like some cap or whatever. But he said, you know what, even though they sold, a large portion of the business to Microsoft for, 100, I forgot how many $100 million, he said that he can rest conscience clear because the API, and you may not understand what that means, but the API is still free.
Mm-hmm.
So what Microsoft took this artificial intelligence and did and built, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
You can build your own Chat GPT right now. Okay.
Mm.
So he said
But it's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take hard work.
Right, exactly. You got to be informed, intelligent, strategic, and have a plan. And it's doable. It's doable.
Hold on. Say informed, informed, intelligent, and strategic, and have a plan. Informed, intelligent, strategic, with a plan.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I think those sound easy, but they're not, right?
It's not. It's not. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you're not. I'm not gonna give you the cop out to be like, oh, it's a conspiracy. Oh, they're trying to take jobs. It's something to be feared. I'm not going to let you cop out. We have too many problems in our community that we need to solve, and we need to utilize technologies to help us solve our problems.
Yeah. Because we're on the technology. We're using the technology.
We're using it.
We are supplying the data to the technology. So why can we not also benefit from the technology?
Period. I am the phenomenal STEMist, and so is she. We'll close on that. Listen, it's been a great conversation. A lot of people were out tonight watching. I hope you enjoyed. A couple of people have commented. The rest who haven't commented, I'm glad that you stayed by and watched.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you all for being
here. We definitely need to do this. Maybe we could do this like on third Mondays or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but, the next will be a webinar where we'll demonstrate some of the capabilities of these AI. Just give them a taste of what's possible, So
let's go. We'll do that. We'll be in works to talk about it. And I definitely want to get some information on how I could use machine learning on my research projects as well. So
yes, listen, come on, let's do this. People are paying me $2 and I'm offering my services free to the community. But you know how that go.
Well, I'm here for it. Appreciate it. Let's help.
I'm like you. I'm passionate. I'm like, we need to get the young people. Yeah, we do, because my fear, and I maybe shouldn't be afraid so much, is that we're gonna be left out. Like some big company is gonna come along and do the same things that we had the ideas of doing, but we never executed on it. And so yeah, and I know I can't do it all, so that's why I'm like trying to empower other people to get involved and take part. So
yeah, come on, let's go. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email.
Let us know, what are you thinking about, what of the 10 things listed, which one are you most inclined, you feel like, what, I think I'd like to learn more about this, kind of just like for someone asked about the website, so we can kind of do some demonstration.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So real estate, energy management, language processing, translation, jobs and career development, health monitoring and diagnosis. That's what I'm interested in. Smart contracts, fraud detection, personalized marketing, predictive analytics for best business practices and optimization, and of course, financial management. We can use any of these things to solve the problems in our community. If you're interested in saying that, just put a link, just put a post, a comment on the YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or my Twitter. These are all the platforms that I've used to stream this video. So, well, guys, good night. It's been great. I really enjoyed this conversation.
So have I. It's been very inspiring.
Now it's time for execution.
Absolutely.
Now it's time for execution. All right. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. Take care.